What is going on, guys? It's me, Nomo Pencil, and today I wanted to talk about why I think or how I think anime and manga have changed. Now, me personally, I'm an artist and I'm an aspiring mangaka myself. I will be making my own manga someday, and I will be publishing it someday. So make sure you look out for this channel. Keep up with the updates. Feel free to follow, check on me from time to time. You don't have to subscribe, but if you want to check on me from time to time to get some updates on that manga, I think you should. I'm going to be posting updates on the manga, posting a little bit of tutorials, maybe on a different channel, but I will be talking about the manga on this channel as well. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how I feel anime and manga have changed. Now, everybody loves anime and manga these days, right? A lot of people, it used to be seen as like a weird activity. That's the truth. If you say it's not, that's not true, bro. I was there. I was going through it. I was one of the people who was called weird for watching anime. People still try to call me weird for watching anime, which is cool. Everyone can have their own opinion. But I wanted to talk more about how the medium has changed and how it's affected everything in general. Anime is Japanese centric, so it's usually made and written by Japanese authors who write manga, and then the manga gets adapted into an anime from a studio. I'm only explaining this to people who come across this channel, and maybe they don't have a good understanding of where anime comes from. But that's essentially what it is, right? At least in the modern day and age. And every anime you've ever watched is probably based that way. Maybe not in the 90s. In the 90s, the process was a little different. Maybe even before that, some anime actually came before the manga. And that sometimes happens, but it's not the standard, usually. I wanted to talk a little bit about the genres, and I wanted to talk a little bit about sort of the exportation of anime and manga from Japan and how I feel as though the change that nobody expects is actually happening right under our noses, and it's coming. A lot of people in a lot of different parts of the world have access to tools that allow them to make manga on their own these days. This means digital art, this means Photoshop, this means Illustrator, anything that allows you to design a cover, anything that allows you to lay out a page. These tools are available to the average person. A long time ago, if you wanted to make manga, it was done traditionally physically, and you needed specific tools and a specific skill set to be able to use those tools. Now, this skill set can still be learned to this day, but you can really freestyle it and learn things on your own if you really want to learn how to be an artist or a mangaka. Because of this, a lot of new ideas and a lot of different ideas are actually being born, or so you think. Now, I believe that there's been a sort of, how do I say this? There's been a sort of shonenification of anime and manga. A lot of anime and manga try to live up to the hype standards and hype moments that most shonen get popular off of. And most shonen do get popular off of hype moments and things like that. I mean, Dragon Ball is one of them. It's full of hype. That's the whole point of Dragon Ball. A lot of, early shonen like Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece are full of hype too. They have their own premises and they have their own stories and they have their own, characters within them. But at the end of the day, the hype moments is what everyone's going for. And this is extended a little bit towards everyone's body of work because people, I think their goal is to make a successful manga, not to write a manga that they want to read. I think a lot of people have a lot of different tastes. Not everybody likes shonen. And even if people do like shonen, there are going to be different things within the shonen genre that other people are attached to versus, different people are attached to different things. Whatever floats your boat. People have different boats. So for me personally, the thing I like about shonen is actually the simplicity of the main characters and the found family within certain stories. So I consider Avatar shonen, even though it's not, but I consider it to be one because it's like got the same elements of a shonen, even though it's not an anime. But Avatar: The Last Airbender has a lot of qualities in it that isn't just about the fights. That isn't just about the cool factor of the show that makes me really, really enjoy it. For example, Dragon Ball has even this thing that I really enjoy. I really enjoy the simplicity of Goku and how he doesn't take himself seriously. I like how the main character always puts themselves, even though they have this immense power and this immense responsibility, they never see themselves as above another person. And I've really taken that to heart. That's something I truly believe in myself. No matter how good I am at something, I never consider myself to be above, another human being just because of that, no matter what. And that's really where that belief comes from. So that's what I resonate with the most. And I think that a lot of other people resonate with different things. Some people resonate with that. Some people resonate with the hype moments. Some people resonate with, the idea of a hero's journey more so than any other type of thing. But my point is the shonen genre isn't supposed to inspire a shonen genre. I feel like a lot of people are really trying to make that next shonen anime, or trying to like join the big leagues of manga and anime. And the only reason I'm really saying this is because I was one of those people. I wanted to make the next shonen. I was really inspired by Akira Toriyama, so every bit of my effort was put into creating a manga or an anime that I thought would get sales. And obviously, I'm not a mangaka. I haven't even written my first manga yet, so I can only imagine how many people are stuck thinking about that. How many people who don't get past that thought and actually do create their own manga, because they're not like me. They're not an overthinker who delays projects or anything like that. They actually work on their projects. Luckily for me, I'm an overthinker, and because I overthought so much and didn't do anything, I was able to get to a different mindset, to where I was able to, genuinely have a more internal and foundational idea for what I want to do for my manga, right? Thankfully. So now that I was able to do that, I truly believe that this has allowed me to actually, start and make progress on the manga. Not only that, it frees me from the expectations of other people. So I'm not super worried about what other people are going to think about the manga, because I'm confident that I'll make something that I want to read. When I read some people's mangas, sometimes I get really inspired and I'm really impressed. So the chimpanzee manga, the Human Z, that was really cool. I thought that was a really cool original idea. I thought that was interesting. I mean, it's got some elements from anime that I like, and it's got its own twist that I really, really enjoy. I think that manga has soul. But then sometimes I'll read other manga that has great art, but also it seems more like a conceptual, it's conceptually inspired directly from a different anime. And to me, I think that's okay, but I think the genre sort of feels like when people draw so close to another concept, or you can feel it. I'm not trying to shit on any artists, and I'm not claiming that they're bad artists or bad manga artists, but it doesn't feel as inspired as I would hoped it would feel. Now, that sounds crazy because it's directly inspired, but I actually personally believe inspiration is what you take from something, not the exact thing. So if you were to watch a bunch of pirate movies, what you take from those pirate movies, maybe you're a kid and you really like sea shanties. So then you learn some, like, how to sing and stuff like that. That's what you've taken. That's the inspiration part. I don't think the inspiration is you become a person who directs pirate movies because you like sea shanties, or you make a pirate movie, like that's exactly like the one you watched when you were a kid. Maybe in the future you make a pirate movie that's focused on sea shanties, or maybe you make a movie about something, one of your other interests, and that little inspiration that you had from when you were a kid comes about and shows itself, reveals itself in your work, and then sea shanties are in there. And that's what a lot of works are, I believe, made up of. A lot of different inspiration points taken from a lot of different areas that are infused into a work that the author themselves really wants to read. And I think that's the most important. So I truly believe that the way anime and manga is changing is definitely in a way nobody expects. But I hope that people can really get more in tune with themselves and not focus so hard on trying to make a big manga or trying to match their inspirations like Akira Toriyama and Ichiro Oda. You don't have to do that. I think I just want to read some manga, some original manga, and I want to make my own. And I hope everybody feels inspired to do their own thing and really use their inspirations to their fullest advantage. That's all I had to say for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a thumbs up. If you're curious about the topic, feel free to start a discussion in the comments. I'll be down there talking to you guys. As for now, that's it. I'm out. If you want to keep up with my manga progress, I'll be uploading some information on that later. But yeah, peace.